Falcons and the Chiefs as we continue here on NFL Game Day Scoreboard, delivered by Papa John's. Tony Gonzalez coming back to Kansas City as a Falcon. Romeo Crennel, now the head coach, not the interim head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. Matt Ryan got off to a great start, Tommy, and a lot of help from Julio Jones.
No doubt about it. I think this is going to be the feature part of that passing attack this year. Julio Jones is going to get the majority of Matt Ryan's throws. Obviously, Roddy White's not going anywhere, but Julio Jones takes over that number one receiver role. And one reason to feel good about Matt Castle, Darren, I think, is the addition of Kevin Boss, a sneaky good tight end.
Yes, he is. You see this throw and catch right here. Great athleticism and great body control making the catch, but also a great throw by Matt Castle.
Chiefs tied the game at 10. It was a great first half there in Kansas City. 10-10. And Matt Ryan to Julio Jones once again. He was over 100 yards today. Yeah, he was. Just a little bubble screen. I don't know how Harry Douglas wasn't pinched for clipping or chop block or something there, but watch this. Bang.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the ball's not even in his hands yet. I don't.
Replacement officials.
Yeah. For the most part, I didn't see a whole lot of blown calls, but that one right there probably registers as one.
Two TDs on the day there for Julio Jones. Now Jamal Charles, guys, I saw him all preseason. He is back and healthy from that knee injury last year.
He is. Healthy almost, because a year ago he would have took that to the house, but
maybe not quite as fast.
Not quite as fast, but that's still a great run by him.
Matt Castle, nice run here. A little patience and puts his head down, finds his way across the stripe.
You're not going to win the AFC West asking Matt Castle to run the football. I'd rely on Jamal Charles and Peyton Hillis to do most of that. 2017 at halftime, neither team punted in the first half. Second half, all about the Atlanta Falcons. Third quarter now, Falcons up by 3. Ryan, to his favorite receiver today, Julio Jones. Nice time and good patience. Well, that play is made possible by an offensive line that is providing great pass protection. That was one of the issues last season. They like to use that deep 5-7 drop, but they couldn't keep Matt Ryan's jersey clean. You like to see Matt Ryan running the ball, Darren?
If I'm a defender, I do. I get a chance to get a shot on him. But, you know, Matt Ryan making plays with his feet. Now he's becoming the complete all-around quarterback.
Falcons up 10. Castle back now, going to be dropped by John Abraham. Fumbles and recovered by Stephen Nicholas. The Falcons take over at the Kansas City 7-yard line. That was the missing element from that Falcons defense last year, a lack of a pass rush. Tony Gonzalez, touchdown at Arrowhead Stadium. Seen that a lot of times, but now he's with the Falcons.
And I thought I was old.
Well, I was going to say, is he the first NFL player to receive a touchdown pass at the age of 63?
That's not nice, Tom.
You know,
does pass Torrey Holt for 10th on the all-time receiving yards list right
As
there.
As a tight end.
That's crazy.
That is. That's amazing.
34-17 now, Chiefs ensuing possession. 2nd down and 9. Matt Castle looking for his tight end back from injury. Tony Moeaki, ball up in the air, and so many times that ball is picked. William Moore comes down.
Those are one of the best interceptions you can get. Just the ball landing right in your pocket. Tip ball. You got to intercept those. Great job by William Moore.
You got to take a little heat off of that fastball.
Yeah. Second half belonged to the Atlanta Falcons. Huge win on the road, 40-24.
Yeah, as well as week 1 went for Peyton Manning, that is how not well week 2 went for him right out of the gate. This is his third play of the game right there, an interception.
William Moore, listen, it's not too often we can find plays to question Peyton Manning, but this is one where his eyes never really adjusted. You're going to see it. He's kind of just staring down the middle of the field. I think he snapped the ball a little too early. It almost tricked himself. And then William Moore, listen, they don't get much easier than that, do they, Darren?
No, not at all. And also the cornerback on the outside, Asante Samuel, could have had a chance to intercept that ball by Peyton Manning. Not only a bad read, but a bad throw.
I give the Falcons the ball on the 1. Falcons score on a Michael Turner touchdown. And then when the Broncos get the ball back, more trouble.
Willis McGahee went the wrong way, or Peyton went the wrong way. Something went the wrong way.
Next play.
Another bad throw.
That one goes the wrong way, as far as Peyton's concerned.
Exactly, and what's confusing is that these defenders are coming in the line of sight of Peyton Manning. You see them come right through the middle of the football field, and Peyton is throwing into double coverage, something you rarely see out of Peyton Manning.
I think that might have been triple coverage, and Thomas Deku is loving that triple coverage pass.
Hard to decide if that was a good Falcons defense, bad pass. Which one was more, right?
Both of those.
All right, so the Falcons get the ball, and this is what they do with it.
A great ball. Should have been a great catch by Julio Jones. Got to take it all the way to the ground, though.
Does he have a hands issue?
Well, he had a little bit of problem with that in college, but he's improved this year. But he went back to a little bit of the bad hands this game.
Tell you who had an issue in this game, and that's Peyton Manning.
Once again.
This is his 3rd pick of the game, and it's still the first quarter.
Robert McClain came up with this one, Darren.
Yeah, we haven't seen him throw 3 interceptions in a quarter since over 10 years ago. 0-3 against the New Orleans Saints.
Okay, 2 Broncos possessions later. No Sean Moreno, stripped, fumbles. Sean Weatherspoon recovers it. And then all heck breaks loose.
I tell you what, I played with Ray Edwards.
He's crazy.
To say a hothead would be an understatement.
He does have a fantastic calendar.
And got some hot hands, too.
All sorts of problems.
Boy, them hands are quick.
With that play there. Second quarter now, Falcons up 13-0. Matt Ryan's pass intended for Julio Jones.
One of the horrible calls of the night, Lindsay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
This is bad.
Tony Carter called for defensive pass interference.
We need the A-team back. Come on back, A-team.
And the B team, and the C, and the D, and the E.
Just a different team.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Of
6
officials.
plays later, first and goal.
Please.
The Broncos won. And that is Tony Gonzalez, and he can dunk the ball.
Yes, he can.
Vernon Davis taking notes. All right, so the Broncos have the ball going forward in 4th and 1.
And that was a good call. But then, once again, the replacement officials spot the ball wrong and give the Denver Broncos an extra 6 yards on this, which allows them now to get close to the score.
And Stokely called for the flag, and then they gave it to him.
Exactly.
So there's that, too. Peyton Manning going for Demaryius Thomas. It's ruled incomplete.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about earlier with the replacement officials, the speed of the game. You see the referee right there, he still cannot see that left foot of Demaryius Thomas swipe the grass. That lets you know the game is a little bit too fast for these officials.
So it's a touchdown. They say it's not a touchdown, and then they overrule that call and say it is a touchdown.
Thank you, replay.
Make it a touchdown. All right, so now we move on to the third quarter. This is Peyton Manning being chased by John Abraham. It's not a horse collar when the quarterback is in the pocket. Peyton's okay. What do the Falcons do here? Matt Ryan, he's going to scramble for 4 yards. Champ Bailey, though, called for defensive holding on the play. The official gives the Falcons the 5-yard penalty, but it didn't add on to the end of the run. They eventually spot the ball correctly on the 6-yard line.
This is another bad call, Andrew, because when a quarterback out of the pocket, you can't hold and push the receiver.
2 plays later, Roddy White, 4-yard touchdown. He got open pretty easily there. You know, you had Broncos had an injury in the secondary. You had guys playing out of position, inside, outside, 27-7. What does Peyton do to answer? This is 2 possessions later. It's Dominic Franks in the back.
He needed some of that luck in the first quarter, didn't he?
Yes.
Leads to a Willis McGahee, by the way, 1-yard touchdown. So it's now a 27-14 game. We fast forward 4th quarter, 3rd and 5.
There he is.
Von Miller. Make a play.
Don't get freaky with it now, Von. Hold on now. Don't get too freaky.
Hey, by this point, it's Tuesday morning. The kids are in bed by that point. Right? Falcons have to punt. Peyton gets it back. Goes downfield for Eric Decker. Can't get it.
You got to get that.
No flag either. A lot of those close ones, they were throwing a flag. No flag. So 2 plays later, 3rd and 6, 5th play of the drive. Yeah. Peyton sacked by William Moore. They brought the DB, brought him down. Peyton angry.
Good job, Mike Nolan.
They have to punt, but the Broncos would get it back again. Peyton, look at him on the move. He makes plays out of the pocket. Eric Decker for 18.
He does. Nice throw by Peyton over top of the defender. Getting it to Eric Decker as he slides for the first down.
Look at the clock. Mike McCoy knows that they have time here. 8 plays later. Go to the run on 4th down.
Darren, you pointed it out. You know, Peyton steps away from the line of scrimmage, counts the box, realizes that he has some angles, kind of pulls his guard, walks McGahee right in.
All right, the Falcons, can they kill the clock over the middle on 3rd and 5? Julio got 6, and Arthur Blank always on the sideline there at the end. Dapper, as always. 2 plays later, after the 2-minute warning, this is your finish him moment of the game. Michael Turner for 15. Falcons run out the clock. Peyton is a loser this evening, 27-21 in Monday Night Football that eventually turned into Tuesday morning football. Falcons go to 2-0. The Broncos are 1-1. Matt Ryan, 24-36, 2 touchdowns. He threw 3 last week, now has 5.
Late game finals, at least 1 in, and it's been hot here in Southern California recently. Over 115 in San Diego. Matt Ryan, the highest rated quarterback in the NFL.
Hot as fish.
Ryan Matthews playing in his first game since breaking the collarbone in the preseason. Second quarter, trailing 6-0. Ryan Matthews fumbling.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're out of contact for a while. Not getting game, speed, contact. Getting back and getting hit. A lot of times you see guys fumble when they get back into action.
I like the look of this Atlanta Falcons defense with Mike Nolan in charge. They've just got a little extra hitch in their step.
I love the look of Matt Ryan so far. He has looked in rhythm, confident, putting it right on Tony Gonzalez.
Is this the year that Matt Ryan
we shall see.
Takes that next step into the elite class of quarterbacks?
Off to a terrific start and moving that way. 3rd down and 5. Phillip Rivers throws to his right. Wants Antonio Gates, but throws it right to Thomas Deku.
Well, if you're going to throw that ball, you have to throw it towards the sideline where only Antonio Gates can catch it.
Was ruled an incomplete pass.
I don't know.
Oh, no, they're going to give it to him.
Might be a little biased.
Pick.
We'll give them the interception.
Falcons ball, 1st and 10. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, 9-yard score.
Somebody that's going to come down with the ball. This guy is stepping up, playing better and better each and every week, and that's allowing Matt Ryan to have as much success. He had an extra weapon on the outside than Julio Jones.
He was 30 out of 43 touchdowns, did throw his first interception of the season. Other side, Phillip Rivers picked off by that man again, Thomas Deku.
Well, the first 2 weeks of the season, the San Diego Chargers took care of the football. They were not a self-destructive team like they were the last 2 years. Today, they went back into self-destruction mode.
Thomas Deku and William Moore right now are the best safety tandem in the NFL.
Ooh,
yes.
That's high praise.
They are.
Matt Ryan, 75% came into this game at 70%, doing nothing to hurt his standing as the top-rated quarterback in the league. More importantly for Atlanta fans, the Falcons remain perfect. To the NFC South we go here on NFL Game Day Scoreboard, delivered by Papa John's. There's Matt Ryan, the top-rated quarterback in the NFL. Cam Newton looking to bounce back from a subpar performance against New York last Thursday night. Greg Olsen finding his way to the end zone. Nice run, 17-yard score.
Nice opening drive for a team coming in and taking the crowd out of it. The Georgia Dome is loud of facilities you'll find in the NFL.
And Matt Ryan only one pick coming into this game. There is pick number 2, intercepted by Haruki Nakamura.
I don't know what he was thinking. He must have thought that guy was invisible. But you don't see Matt Ryan. You don't see him make those mistakes too often.
Falcons ran 14 plays on that drive, come away with no
safety.
Points. See Matt Ryan pat himself there right there on the 2. Said,
that's on me.
That's on me. He would come back, though. As in, plenty of time, looking deep to Roddy White. Touchdown Atlanta.
Safety wasn't visible that time.
He wasn't.
He was non-existent at least.
Yes. Roddy White proving to everybody that, look, I still have the ability to be a number 1 wide receiver. 169 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's just an example of an better adjustment to the football by the receiver.
It wasn't the only time that safety got victimized today.
Second quarter, Matt Ryan standing in the pocket, firing to Roddy White. Another touchdown.
Once again, attacking the middle of the football field. Something as a former safety I hate seeing, because you want quarterback to throw the ball at you, and then when they do, they're getting these completions. Not a good sign.
Here's what you like as a
and
quarterback.
You do not want to see this guy coming at once again.
Get
43.
in line and hit him.
You don't want to see that big boy
throw 4 yards and get a 60-yard score. That works real well.
That's like a freight train coming at you.
Get
out of the way.
He's a fire.
You wouldn't have the right.
Or just lay down and hopefully you're a speed bump and he trips over.
What's that right there at quarterback? That's about 240 pounds of quarterback coming at you.
Okay. 8 pounds.
Really?
Stop it then, Cam. Okay.
Can you dance when you're losing?
Well, if you're
etiquette-wise?
They did it on Thursday night a couple of weeks ago.
For Cam Newton.
Panthers trailing 24-21. Fourth quarter now.
Play.
Dumps it off, and Pilari's 41 yards for the touch.
Just like to play to Michael Turner, the best play for a quarterback. And you know, Paul, you play quarterback. Throw a short pass and it turns into a touchdown.
28-27, 3 timeouts left. Here come the Falcons now. Ryan rolling out to his right.
And face plants.
Charles Johnson, 5 sacks in the game. This is his 5th sack.
Wow.
No flag for a late hit, and Atlanta would be forced to punt. Carolina with the ball. 3rd down and 2. Cam Newton going to get it?
Kind of hard to
put the ball on the ground there, didn't he?
And I keep telling people this, no matter how good a runner a quarterback is, they're not used to protecting the football. They're not getting hit in practice like a running back is.
Good point.
These are times when they'll lose the ball whenever you utilize them running the ball too much.
John Abraham forcing Cam Newton to fumble there.
No Superman on that play.
No Superman.
No.
Falcons begin the final drive here.
Wow.
From the 1-yard line.
Special team
and what
play.
time is it?
Left.
Matty Ice time.
What has Matty Ice time meant over the last 3 years?
99 yards away. Here we go. Where's Roddy White?
Where's the safety? That's the question.
Wow.
Now,
number 43.
I'm 36 years old, coming off knee injury.
You're going to say
I can make that play.
Who said non-existent safety earlier?
When we see guys that retire and they see plays like this, they always think, oh, my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah,
I could come back and make this play.
I've seen you go after the buffet in there. There's no way you can make that play.
Matt Ryan's 40 yards out. That was 10 seconds left.
Unbelievable.
Matty Ice, there he is.
Falcons come back to win 30-28 in Atlanta, unbeaten on the season. Coming back 99 yards away.
Kind of hard to slow that
offense down there.
Yeah, kind of hard to slow them down.
That's almost like Elway.
Falcons and Redskins in rainy Washington. RG3 and the Skins averaging nearly 31 points per game, facing Matt Ryan and the Falcons trying to go 5-0 for the first time ever. Scoreless in the second quarter. Matt Ryan meet Ryan Kerrigan. Not the meeting he wanted.
That's a great play, man.
That is, man. LT used to make those plays. You remember Lawrence Taylor?
They were scared. They were scared.
LT
You remember Lawrence? Yeah, we all remember him.
Yes, man. But our audience may not remember.
Come on, man.
Our audience thinking about LaDainian Thomas.
Everybody.
Yes, thank you.
They talking about the younger LT.
Third defensive touchdown year for the Redskins. 2 possessions. I got you, Mike. This is Mooch's guy. Tony Gonzalez gets it down close.
Trips away backside tight end. You go to your tight end one-on-one, so you know he's special.
And then he shows it again. 99th career touchdown catch, tied for 8th all-time with Don Hudson.
Is this the president of the 88 Club?
Man, he is the president. I told him that last week, but I told him, I said, man, can I just run your club for a moment?
Tied at 70 in the third quarter. This RG3 is so exciting when he's out of the pocket, but this
is... with RG3, you know me.
Sean Weatherspoon with the hit, diagnosed with a mild concussion, done for the day. Fellow rookie Kirk Cousins, a 4th-round pick out of Michigan State, would have to continue.
D-block, baby.
What the mild about that?
D-block.
I hope he's okay.
He's okay.
So Kirk Cousins is probably calling his folks saying, you better get the DVR set. I'm coming in.
I don't feel like going in there, but
4th quarter, Falcons they're trailing in this one. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, only 1 catch last week, but big day on Sunday.
The Matchero. That's Rich's new name for Matt Ryan. But Julio Jones wanted to make some plays. You heard him on he was going off on the sideline, and that's a play he made.
10 catches for 94 yards, so now it's up to Cousins. Now, remember, RG3's first touchdown pass in the league, 88 yards to Pierre Garçon. Cousins finds Santana Moss for 77 wide open.
That's a great read.
Somebody's cousin.
Somebody blew a coverage. That's what that is.
Blown, said. What are you doing?
That was just great, right? That safety just blew it. Look,
he blew a coverage.
What is he doing
sitting there for?
What is he doing on the other side?
The backside safety was squatting.
So the Redskins will lead.
Squatting doing what?
Under 5 to go now. Tied at 17. Matt Ryan to Tony G spins off.
Just
13 catches, a $123, 29th career 100-yard receiving game.
Put him in the Hall of Fame right now.
Under 3 to go. Let's just hand it off to the human bowling ball. Michael Turner, 67 yards on the ground on 18 carries in that touch. So now it's up to Cousins. Impressive preseason, but this ain't the preseason.
Let's see you do it.
Looking for Fred Davis, finding Dante Robinson instead. Cousins 5 of 9 for $111.
Secondary's balling in the ATL.
However, the Redskins would get the ball back.
One more try.
Cousins.
Don't do it.
For Santana Moss, but it's Thomas Day
Don't do it.
Time for the NFL lead with 4 picks. And Matty Ice, 345 yards through the air, a couple scores. 5-0 for the first time ever. And you guys are impressed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Atlanta, Mike Smith, head coach of the Falcons, would tie Dan Reeves with the most wins in franchise history with the win. Easy win against the Raiders, right?
I would think so. That's what the numbers tell me.
Not when your quarterback throws picks like this. Matt Ryan, picked off by Joselio Hansen, takes it back 21 yards.
Would you guys agree that Matt Ryan came into this game as the front runner for the MVP?
Just one game.
Yeah, just one game.
Didn't exactly earn it today. End around Darius Hayward-Bay, 20-yard gain, and the Raiders, they came to play today.
Back for the first time in, 3 weeks after the concussion against the Steelers.
Dropping the shoulder and the helmet here.
Running with some force.
That's what you have to do, though. Honestly, you're going to get hit. It's a violent game. You're coming off the concussion. If you play scared or you play different, that's usually when you get hurt again.
Don't be scared.
Janikowski.
You're scared, you know what you should do?
52 yards out, made it 3-zip.
Go buy a dog.
Matt Ryan still had his moments. Back of the end zone, Roddy White 10 plays, 80 yards. It's 7-3 Atlanta.
There was a point where Matt Ryan had not had an incomplete pass. All of his passes caught by either the Falcons or by the Raiders.
Like Tyvon Branch, heavy pressure there. Credit that one to the blitz.
Yeah, it's a completion. Nice pressure in Matt Ryan's face.
Matt Ryan drops back the punt.
Akeem Dent comes untouched and really...
And we have to make a statement about the familiarity that Dennis Allen, the coach of the Oakland Raiders, has with Matt Ryan, being that he was coaching against him many years with the New Orleans Saints.
Carson Palmer rolling out to the right, plenty of time, finds it open. Denarius Moore, 25 yards for the touch.
That's something we haven't seen out of this Mike Nolan coach defense.
No,
tackling.
They've been sharp all year long. They were flat today on both sides of the ball. But let's give the Raiders some credit. They normally don't travel well today. They played pretty solid football on both sides.
John Abraham rushing the passer well, not only with the sack, but causing the fumble picked up by Ray Edwards, setting up 1st and goal on the 2.
And guess what? The Atlanta Falcons do not punch it in. They settle for a field goal. I don't know if you're going to show that. Are you going to show that? Do you have that right there?
Let's see.
Oh, man. My bad. I
Doing their best to pound it in there.
Yeah.
Not getting it done.
That shows you that Oakland Raider defense came to play.
Yeah.
Nice goal line stand.
I'm sorry,
not letting
Paul.
him get in. Great job by Ronaldo McClain.
Failure to push that one across. Led to a field goal. All tied at 13.
Told you.
Fourth quarter, game is still tied. Carson Palmer, that one back.
And we've seen this before. Asante Samuel undercutting the route, great anticipation, and then taking it to the house. No, you're not going to tackle him, Carson.
Does he jump the route as well as any corner in the league? Now, it gets him in a bind every now and again.
You know who that reminds me of? Some people know his name, Terrell Buckley.
Sure.
T-Ball loves to undercut and jump routes. They'll make a play, and then they'll give up.
Arthur Blank loving his corner right there. Give Carson Palmer some credit. He did come back. It's an open Derek Hagan, 38-yard gain to the 6.
This is as good as the Oakland Raiders have looked all year long. As I mentioned earlier, they had just been hideous on the road. Outscored 72-19 on the road prior to this game.
And we saw the Falcons failing to punch that one in. Well, the Raiders getting it done. Darren McFadden from 2 yards out, game tied at 20.
And Atlanta Falcons.
Too much time.
Too much time. I mean, we've seen this story written before in the Georgia Dome.
And Ryan, Tony Gonzalez, 13-yard gain. Atlanta calls timeout.
Yeah, and in saying that, Atlanta always seems like they have the proper things necessary to make those drives. Enough timeouts.
Yeah.
The ability to get chunks of yards, and then they have a kicker that can seal the deal.
From 55 yards out. Automatic.
You know what it speaks to, Darren? It's a great point. It's controlling the clock and being well coached and someone with the poise at the quarterback position. But it's time management more than anything.
Right.
Managing your timeouts, managing the clock, and ultimately it leads to a game-winning drive.
So the Atlanta Falcons, 23-20, now 6-0.
Falcons, Eagles, welcome back. Your dreams. I'm not going to push you in a wheelchair today. Your dreams were your ticket. Andy Reid's Eagles undefeated coming off a bye. New DC, Todd Bowles had the tough task of stopping the undefeated Falcons. Falcons' first possession, Matt Ryan throws for a wide-open Drew Davis for a touchdown. Why can't it be someone I actually started in fantasy? Drew Davis. Watch the replay again. Yeah, Eagles are thinking fantasy too. Yeah, there's Roddy White. Oh, no, it was a fake to Roddy White, a fake to Julio Jones. Not going to fall for that again. Falcons' opening drive used almost 9 minutes of clock. Following an Eagles 3-and-out, Matt Ryan looking for Roddy White. Pass is incomplete, but there comes the flag. What happened on this one? Take a look. You see pass interference. Michael Kendricks grabs Roddy White trying to cross the middle of the field. That's going to get a pass interference call every time. Second time in 2 drives, the Eagles' defense is penalized on 3rd down. So 2 plays later, 2nd and goal, Matt Ryan finds Jason Snelling. Why can't it be someone I started in fantasy? Jason Snelling! Falcons have a 14-0 lead. Second quarter, finally the Eagles get the ball. Michael Vick hadn't had a completed pass, and Matt Ryan had completed balls to 7 different people. Here, Vick pulls the ball down, decides I'm going to try to run for this first down myself. Shades of the old Michael Vick, and he doesn't fumble. How about that? 7 plays later, 1st and goal at the 2. LaShawn McCoy takes the handoff, runs right. He is into the end zone. Stiff arms Asante Samuel there. That was a nice one. Eagles trail 14-7. Falcons have the ball, 2nd and 14 from their own 37, 3rd play of the drive. Ryan looking deep for Julio Jones. And that's going to be a touchdown. 63 yards, Matt Ryan would throw for 262 and 3 scores of the game. The closest White came to being tackled right there was there when Roddy White ran into him at the end of the play. Watch this. He just beats Nnamdi Asomugha off the line, outruns him down the sideline. You don't see that happening that often. Clip and save that one, Julio Jones. That doesn't happen to Nnamdi Asomugha. Falcons will lead 24-7 at halftime. Third quarter, Falcons leading 24-10. Ryan throws left to Julio Jones, follows his blockers. 37 yards later, down to the Eagles, 31, Jones 5 for 123 and a score. Take another look at this. If you get fantasy points for blocking, Roddy White's going to help you out right there. Look at that block on Asomugha. This is a game Nnamdi Asomugha is going to say, can we burn the tape? I just want to burn the tape. I don't want to watch it on Tuesday, Coach. Please, I promise. Drive would end in a Matt Ryan field goal. Falcons get the ball back. They lead 27-10. Jacquizz Rodgers takes the handoff, runs right, makes a few Eagles miss, goes back left. 43 yards. Look at Jacquizz. First and 10 at the Eagles, 29. I'd be tired too. Take another look at this move he puts on Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. This one is sick. This is why he's a playmaker in the backfield, and Michael Turner's worried about his job. Whoops. Drive would end in another Matt Bryant 30-yard field goal. Falcons lead 30-10. Todd Bowles' defense is just getting gashed. Fourth quarter now. Eagles have the ball. Third and goal at the Falcons 7. Vick throws it left to LaShawn McCoy, who takes it in. Eagles now trail 20-17. Could this be an Eagles comeback? After all, they're undefeated off the bye. Falcons have the ball. Matt Ryan looking for Tony Gonzalez. Rolling right. Finds him, but he can't bring it in for the first down. So the Falcons have to punt. For the first time in the game, 5 minutes left to go, they had their first punt. After the punt, Michael Vick throwing deep down the middle, intended for Deshaun Jackson. Eagles turn the ball over on downs in a rainstorm at this point. Following the Falcons 3 and out, Michael Vick, after the Eagles get the ball back, looking, throws right, but short. Stanley Avili can pick it up. Falcons win it by the score of 30-17. They dance on the sidelines, and Andy Reid has lost after a bye for the first time.
7-0 Atlanta Falcons, led by Matt Ryan. Tony Romo, the turnover machine, could he turn it around on Sunday night? Well, Romo looking, ball tipped by Babineau. That could have been ugly.
It's one of those dynamic quarterbacks doing a whole lot of things in the pocket instead of just being mechanical and methodical.
Dallas settled for a Bailey field goal and a 6-3 lead. Oh, no. Did you get many of these, Willie?
I wish I had more of those right there. How do you look at some of the best pass rushers in the league? Just free, off the end.
DeMarcus Ware leaving a mark, literally, on Matt Ryan.
Remember we used to do that, Brian? See how many scuff marks you got on your head?
Right. Man, time ain't try to leave no scuff marks on nobody here, man. Get out of here, man.
Just before the half, the natural leading a drive, then to Roddy White for 20. Then Ryan to Tony Gonzalez. Led to a Matt Bryant field goal and a 6-6 halftime score. Third quarter, the human bowling ball. Michael Turner, kind of a forgotten guy in this offense, playmaker.
Yeah, dangerous guy, too. He knows he won't get that many opportunities, so he makes the most of them. And right here, he was very effective in this game tonight.
43 yards on that carry. Fourth quarter, it's the same drive. It's first and goal, and Turner caps it off. His 30th career 100-yard rushing day. That is punishing when you run into him. So now the Falcons with the lead. Ensuing Cowboys drive lands Dunbar. Left side for -3, and Tony Romo's wondering, hey, what are we doing out here? Hello?
He's yelling at somebody.
He is not happy.
Looked like he wanted to pass the ball.
So third and 13, he passes it to Miles Austin, and that's going to be shy of the first down, so Dallas had to punt.
Yeah, he's scout, man. He kept putting himself in a long third down situation.
Next Atlanta drive, Ryan to Julio Jones.
That's a grown man.
And getting an opportunity right there to catch a ball over across the middle of the field and explode with his speed as opposed to just going up the field.
Led to a Bryant field goal. Next Cowboys drive, Romo to Jason Witten. And Irv, you might want to close your eyes here. 751st career catch, breaking your Dallas record.
Now, in all that seriousness now, many times I came over to Valley Ranch and I watched that guy walking off the football field after throwing many passes. He deserves everything he has got.
Kudos to him. 3 plays later, Romo continuing the no huddle. This is their most effective drive. Romo to Kevin Ogletree for the 21-yard score. So Dallas down just 3. So all they need is Rob Ryan's defense to make some noise and get a stop.
They're playing very well.
Here, 3rd and 6, Jacquizz Rodgers. Watch this. Gets past Orlando Scandrick.
Rodgers didn't even see him, though. He was already there.
I'm trying to tell you, open field tackle like that, he's going up full speed. That's a hard play to make.
Why is he going full speed? Why is board? Rodgers didn't even see him. Thank you.
3rd and 8. It's 3 plays later. Ryan looking for Roddy White. That's incomplete, but Orlando Scandrick.
See, this is why your mom tell you don't do a boo-boo, because you just keep going boo-boo after boo-boo trying to make up the first boo-boo.
Well, if you get in front of Roddy White or Julio Jones, that ball is coming.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan looking for Roddy White. Morris Claiborne, the rookie, almost with the INT, but wait.
Great play by White.
Sometimes really receivers got to play corner.
Yeah, that's a great play.
No penalty called on that. Now 3rd and 5. Ryan.
Now I understand this one right
Rodgers.
here. I understand that.
What about the safety?
That's just a beat down right there. There's nothing you can do about that.
What about the safety?
There's nothing you can do about that.
That's Danny McCray, who had no shot. So the Falcons improved to 8-0. Jason Garrett's club, 3 and 5, and not a whole lot of smiles in that Cowboys locker room.
We can.
Drew Brees with a chance to knock off the Falcons.
One that needs to be assessed.
But how about Roddy White? He said this earlier in the week. I don't like nothing about the Saints, the colors, the city, nothing. But they got some good food, though. Other than the food, nothing.
I like it.
Watch your mouth, boy.
So somebody get this man a po' boy.
They started early right here in the game with this play.
He had 7 catches for $114, led to a Mike Johnson touchdown and a 7-0 lead. Drew Brees now looking for Marcus Colston, but it's Asante Samuel saying, I'll snatch that.
Oh, man, that's the best thing happened for the Saints.
Led to a Matt Bryant field goal, a 10-zip lead right there. Now, guys, we saw Reggie Bush's run last week. Is this one by Chris Ivory a little bit better, maybe?
Come on, Sante.
Watch this. You got the cut, and then...
I don't even know what to call that.
This is a restraining order right here. You got to put a restraining order on that.
A career best 56-yard run. Marshall, you like this one?
Listen, man, that stiff arm right there, that's a punch in the face.
2nd quarter, Falcons down 14-10. Matt Ryan looking for Tony Gonzalez. 8th player in NFL history with 100 career TD catches.
Congrats, man.
Wow.
Yeah, he can make those plays. Congrats, T-God.
All right, still time for the Saints in the first half. Drew Brees looking for his Pro Bowl tight end, Jimmy Graham, who had 7 catches for $146 and 2 scores.
From the U right there, had a big day. Whenever Drew Brees is going off, believe me, that guy's involved.
3rd quarter. Now Julio Jones bothered by a troubled leg, so he's on the bench when he's looking for DJ Davis, picked off by Corey White.
We know that would have been Julio Jones running that route.
Oftentimes, the receiver needs to turn into a defensive back.
Ball skills right there.
That was great ball skills. The receiver needs to break that up, though.
Next Saints possession. Look at this pitch and catch to Lance Moore.
That ain't right. Perfect throw over the middle. The kind of throw. We just talked about Jason Campbell. Now, there's certain quarterbacks in this league, and that's a great play. They make those plays, and others that do not.
4 plays later, Brees hits Marcus Colston, 55th career TD, tying Deuce McAllister for the franchise record. Brees tossed 3 touchdowns on the day. 4th quarter, 1st and goal for the Falcons. Matt Ryan, who do you look for down here? How about Tony Gonzalez?
Double cover.
11 catches for $122 in those 2 touchdowns. And how about this? Double coverage, Lofton and Harper, neither could stop him.
Why Harper always in a highlight, man?
He's a highlight. He always around the ball.
Wonderful play by Tony.
In the meantime, the match 20 career comeback wins, most since 08 in the league. He hits Tony Gonzalez for 17 on that gain. Now on 1st and 10, Jacquizz Rodgers, the cut.
That's what I'm talking about, Marsh. There's going to be a change there in a minute.
So 3rd and goal, under 2 minutes to go. Who do you give it to? The plotter.
I couldn't believe this right here.
Michael Turner.
That's the play that blew my mind in this whole football.
All right, so now it's 4th and goal. What do you do with it? Who do you look for? Tony Gonzalez? You give it? No, you look for Roddy White, the man who said, I can't stay in the city. And it's Jabari Greer getting a paw on it.
Just got to lead him. He had him. Great play by Jabari Greer.
That's a poor play by Roddy.
All right, but you know what? The Falcons still have a chance. Saints have the ball deep in their own territory. You just stop them, get punted.
Up the field.
Tony Gonzalez was not.
He couldn't have seen Tony Gonzalez. They went to the right spot. They had to play. They didn't make it.
All right, so now 3rd and long for Joe Gibbs' team. And they're just going to try and run some clock here with Mark Ingram. So the Falcons force the punt. They get it back. They got a shot. And it's the natural, as Rich Eisen likes to call it. Now, how about this? Roddy White gets behind the defense on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
What in the world is Steve Spagnuolo? What's going on there?
Roddy got to turn and run.
Turn and run.
Good bro.
I mean, that could have been disastrous for the Saints. So now, all right, you just got to move the chains. Just give yourself a chance. Here on 4th and 1, you throw it to the future Pro Bowler who. Yeah.
So you can't blame that.
They all took the turns, man.
Where's the proverbial shot of the 72 Dolphins all popping champagne corks as the last unbeaten is now beaten? What about the Falcons coming off their first loss of the year? They were taking on Arizona, which hadn't won a game since September. First quarter, Matt Ryan looking for Roddy White. Pops in the air. Rashard Johnson. That was just a sign of things to come. Led to an Arizona touchdown run by Stevens Howling. That's not a 7-zip lead. Later on, Matt Ryan has already been picked off again in the first quarter. Now looking for Tony Gonzalez, but it's Kerry Rhodes taking that. 3rd interception of the quarter for the natural.
Yeah, it's at home. It's tricky. That Cardinal defense, they play tight coverage now.
Ensuing Cardinals possession. John Skelton looking for a wide-open Larry Fitzgerald. Skelton 2 of 7 for 6 yards on the day. They would have to settle for a field goal, a 13-3 lead.
Hot.
He was pulled a healthy scratch from here on out, replaced by a guy who's never thrown an NFL pass.
Hold up, wait. He's from San Diego State.
Yeah, Ryan Lindley, their 6th-round
pick. Put a guy in that has never thrown a pass.
Yes.
That lets you know what you think about
Here he
me.
throws a flutter ball. He thinks it's an incomplete pass. Everybody stops except for Jonathan Babineau, who picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown. Now, Arizona claimed, you know what, we heard a bunch of guys blowing whistles. The refs never blew a whistle on the play. And watch Abraham. He gets his paw on it, and then watch him. This is a veteran move. He tells Babineau, go get it! Go get it!
I like how you went hiding a bit.
So he does.
Glad Babineau listened to you and him.
You can hear me screaming all the way from L.A. Falcons down 13-10 at that point. Now tied at 16 in the 3rd. Matt Ryan looking for Jason Snelling, but Sam Acho Man knocks it out.
That's a wonderful. Wow.
Ray Toller keeps it alive. Rashard Johnson recovers it. Now, remember, all turnovers are reviewed, but Mike Smith had thrown the challenge flag, so he actually gets called for unsportsmanlike conduct for throwing the challenge flag before they have a chance to go back and review it anyway. So he gets flagged, plus they lose the opportunity to even look at it. They don't go look at it.
That ain't right.
Wait, how's that? Hold up, wait.
I think they just instituted that rule before this game. That's what I think.
That's a hold-on player.
Yeah, we need to talk to the refs.
Cards up by 3 until Michael Turner scores for the 5th time this year.
So Michael Turner, slow burner.
Next Falcons possession. Matt Ryan has it tipped, and it's the Acho Man.
Acho Man ball.
That's a career-high 5 INTs for Matt Ryan. Remember last week he set a career-high in yardage.
4-11.
So the Cards with a chance with their rookie, Ryan Lindley. 4th and 2. Got to go for it, down 4. To Larry Fitzgerald, who ain't? No. Held to just one catch on the day.
Safety help.
Lindley, 9 of 20 for 64 yards. Cards have lost 6 straight overall.
The Falcons visiting the home of the muscle hamster. Doug Martin has 1,000 yards rushing this season, 4th in the NFL. Matt Ryan, no touchdowns, 5 picks against the Cardinals last week, 2nd quarter. Falcons leading 7-3, 3rd and 1 the Buccaneers 5. It's Jaquiz Rodgers. Not going to mess around with Michael Turner down this low. Takes it around right edge for the 5-yard touchdown. Falcons lead 10-7, the first rushing touchdown of the season for Rodgers. Same score next Falcons possession, 3rd and 4 from their own 47. Ryan looking for Roddy White. Intercepted by Rondé Barber. He returns it 28 yards down to the Falcons 31. Matt Ryan had completed his first 10 passes before he threw that pick. Next play, Buccaneers ball, 1st and 10. Josh Freeman to Mike Williams on a lateral pass. And look at Williams. Vincent Jackson is wide open down at the 8-yard line. He gets down to the 3. Take another look. Behind the line, takes a step back. I'll tell you, it's been a big weekend for Syracuse football. Going to a big bowl game. Mike Williams makes his throw. Leads to a 22-yard Connor Barth field goal, score tied at 10 apiece. Third quarter now, Falcons trailing 13-10 after a Connor Barth field goal. Matt Ryan looking for Julio Jones. And that's going to be a touchdown. 80 yards, the longest play for the Falcons this season. 17-13 is the score. You know what Julio Jones does away from home? It's his time. Same score, 2 Bucs possessions later. Josh Freeman looking for Tequan Underwood. Over the middle, 39 yards. Down to the Falcons, 44. Move to the fourth quarter now. Buccaneers still driving. It's 7 plays after the Underwood play. First and goal, the Falcons 1. It's going to be Muscle Hamster time. Muscle Hamster. Touchdown. Buccaneers lead it 20-17. Falcons now trying to get back in front, trailing by 3, 3rd and 1 from their own 44. Ryan sacked by E.J. Biggers and he fumbles. Gerald McCoy recovers for the Buccaneers. Take another look. You're going to watch Biggers become unblocked from Ryan's blind side. Ryan never sees him, leads to a 48-yarder by Connor Barth. Bucs lead 23-17. So now the Falcons. Matt Ryan dumps it off to Jaquiz Rogers. He takes the screen pass for 32 yards, down to the Buccaneers 32. 6 plays later, it's first and goal, the Buccaneers 3. 7th play of the drive, they give the ball to Michael Turner, and he gets stuffed behind the line. I'm sorry, just going on what recent history has been. No, he gets into the end zone. 3-yard touchdown. Falcons lead it 24-23. Falcons now trying to hold on to the lead. Connor Barth lines up for a 56-yard field goal attempt to give them the lead. It's got enough leg, and it is just wide right. Falcons take over. Looking to run the clock out. 59 seconds left. 3rd and 18. Matt Ryan hits Tony Gonzalez for 7 yards. That would lead to a missed 48-yard field goal by Matt Bryant, so that gives Josh Freeman one last chance. It's Hail Mary time. 3 seconds left on the clock. It's a nice throw. He's it into the end zone. A gaggle of players. This is how it's done. But it's batted down incomplete. The Falcons hold on to win it 24-23. Matt Ryan, 353 yards and that touchdown in the win. Josh Freeman, 256 in defeat for Tampa Bay.
This is our division. We know it, and they know it. So let's go get our respect again tonight.
But the Falcons were the ones who came out like they owned the division and this building. Michael Turner jammed the ball down their throats, essentially, and then the Saints turned the ball over trying to respond to their first drive of the night. Thomas Deku picks off Drew Brees in the end zone, and my English teacher would call that a harbinger. 2nd and 11 of a 7-0 game in the second quarter. Tony Gonzalez, what a grab in the end zone.
What a play, and he's done this millions of times. He just put the ball up in the air, and he uses his basketball ability on the football field and comes up with 6 points.
Over former Falcon Curtis Lofton. It's 14-0. Atlanta. How would the Saints respond? Play action. Drew Brees to Chris Ivory. Tip drill. Sean Witherspoon, who came back just 4 days ago with the pick right there, led to a Matt Bryant field goal. Drew Brees 2 interceptions. 17-0 Atlanta. How would New Orleans respond to that? Well, by winging it down the field. Lance Moore got things going, Steve.
Yeah, that's against Tampa, too, now over the linebacker. What a great concentration by Lance Moore in between the safeties.
32-yard gain, and then 9 plays later, Mark Ingram creases the end zone, and it's a 17-7 game, 75-yard drive right there. Saints get the ball back, and with 2 minutes to go, normally that's when Drew Brees makes some hay. 48 ticks left in the half. That's a penalty on Jimmy Graham for offensive pass interference over the middle. Take the Darren Sproles touchdown off the board, and then with no timeouts left, Marshall, just a flat-out mismanagement of the clock here.
Oh, man, this is awful. I mean,
The Saints and Drew Brees, they're good at managing the clock. I was surprised that he threw the football, and it seems like he was as well.
So no points. It could have been just a 7-point game. It could have been a 3-point game, and the Saints get the ball to start the second half, still down 10. Third quarter, they marched right down the field, 5 minutes and change. Brees to Lance Moore in the end zone, can't grab it.
Those are normally the passes that Lance Moore grabs.
How to settle for a field goal. Garrett Hartley makes it a one-possession game. Again, 17-10 after another settled for field goal, made it 17-13. Third interception of the game of Brees. This time it's William Moore taking the ball to the plus side of the field. Atlanta was struggling on offense, so they had to settle for a field goal there. Still just a one-touchdown game in the fourth quarter when the Saints defense was giving the ball back to Drew Brees. He is now marching down the field, except John Abraham puts him down on the turf. Saints decide to punt rather than try a 50-plus yard field goal. Matt Ryan next possession, 3rd and 8, looking for Julio Jones, and he picks up the first down.
And that was the first third down conversion that they had in an entire game. Boy, they struggled. The Saints defense were stingy all night.
3 plays later, it's 3rd and 14, and Ryan dumps it off to Jason Snelling, hoping for a Ray Rice-type 4th and 29 conversion. It doesn't work.
Set up
Mike
the field
Smith
goal.
tries to call a timeout, going for a 55-yarder, and Matt Bryant from the double nickel, 55 yards away. He got it.
A lot of people question that call.
55 yards.
That's a gutsy call.
Because if he misses it, it gets Drew Brees great field position and down just 7. Instead, it's a 10-point game. Drew Brees, 3:36 to go, avoids the rush and throws it directly to Jonathan Babineau right on the line of scrimmage. Falcons get the ball back. Time to have Michael Turner take the air out of the ball. If he doesn't put the ball on the turf, ball is loose. Raphael Bush picks it up. Appears to be no whistle called. Do we have another Thanksgiving Justin Forsett moment? Mike Smith, whatever you do, don't throw your challenge flag. It's ruled a touchdown on the field in a 3-point game or a 4-point game, but as you can see, it is a fumble. But Bush is contacted on the turf. So the Saints do get the ball, but they get it right then and right there, meaning it's still a 10-point game, and the Saints have new life. Drew Brees still without a touchdown pass. Now he's got his first 5-interception game of his career.
Wow. That's a wonderful defensive play right there, getting a chance to back the ball. What athleticism by the big fella.
But there's only offsides on Jonathan Abraham. It's not his first 5-interception game of his career. Guess what? Now it is. First play after the 2-minute warning. It's William Moore taking it away. And that is the way Drew Brees throws the first 5-interception game of his career, and the first time he does not record a touchdown pass in a game since week 4 of the 2009 season. His remarkable NFL record of consecutive games with at least one touchdown pass ends at 54.
It's that time for the very first highlight of the afternoon, NFC South. Matt Ryan and the Falcons against Cam Newton and the Panthers. And how well has he been playing recently, Tom?
Well, 8 touchdowns, 0 turnovers in the last 3 games.
And there is a touchdown pass.
9. When I say 8 touchdowns, I mean combination run and pass, because we all know
it counts.
Dual threat.
Yeah, it counts.
Oh, yeah.
Those count.
Greg Olsen with the 25-yard touchdown reception there into the second quarter. Out of the shotgun, looking to pass, plenty of time. They're going to break out of that potential sack. It's a lot of quarterback running right there. 14-yard gain.
6'6", 240.
Is it too early to say vintage Cam Newton?
Second year in?
You can't say vintage yet, but that's what he was doing last year, though. Hard, tough to bring down, making plays with his feet and his arm.
Play action. There's the arm, 22 yards to Steve Smith.
And one thing you'll notice when you watch these highlights is his receivers making plays for him. And now Cam is putting the ball in the proper place, but his receivers are also making great catches and making plays for him.
You know what this makes? Better. Look, I wish for the best for my old teammate Ron Rivera in Carolina. I don't know what his status is as their head coach, but the resurgence of Cam Newton makes that job very desirable in Carolina.
16-0 at halftime, third quarter. Falcons yet to score. Here goes Cam Newton, not just for a first down, continues to go 72-yard Cam Newton touchdown run.
Here's another nugget for you, okay? Despite $50 million guaranteed that they paid their 3 running backs, D'Angelo Williams, Mike Colbert, Jonathan Stewart, Cam Newton was their leading rusher coming into this game with 524 yards.
And was the leading rusher today, 9 carries, buck 16. Mike Smith says maybe we ought to score. Next Falcons drive. It's 4th and 4. Matt Ryan that'll flip to Jason Snelling, 5 yards in the first.
Great play designed by Dirk Cutter, this Atlanta Falcon offense. Crucial 4th down.
Couple of plays later, Ryan, deep drop there inside the 10-yard line. Nice touch to a wide open Roddy White, 23-7.
How about that? Took them, 40 minutes to score their first point. Again, this doesn't really bother me, though. This team had just wrapped up the NFC South. This was a natural letdown spot against the division opponent.
Did not go to practice till Wednesday. Say that, too.
Nice catch by Julio Jones to get 21 to the Carolina 22.
Wow. The body control.
It takes a real man to go across the middle and get your body up like that. Julio.
Fourth quarter, same drive. 4 plays later, 1st and 10. Ryan looking for Julio Jones again.
He's doing it at 6'4" and 215.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's putting it on linebackers as much as linebackers are putting it on him.
Atlanta coming back a little bit now, 23-13, going for the 2-point conversion. Well, the 2-point conversion failed.
Okay. No 2-point conversion for them.
And there's another failure. Matt Ryan on 4th and 8, intercepted by Thomas Davis.
Thomas Davis had about 400 ACL reconstructions on his knee, still playing football at a high level. Great interception by Thomas Davis.
Carolina screen pass to D'Angelo Williams. A little patience, breaking tackles, and there he goes.
Bye-bye.
53-yard Panther touchdown as the exclamation point.
And, Tom, you talk about Cam Newton, him playing the way he's playing now, why that job is so enticing, but they have a stable of running backs also that they can use. If they can get that blocking scheme, that running game going, I mean, this team can put up points, and they just need to bring that defense along.
Check in on the NFC East leading Giants in Atlanta, but their thoughts back east in Connecticut, wearing the decal for those victims of the Shady Hook Elementary School shooting. They did get it going, and once they did, Eli had his issues. Picked off on his first pass of the game by Asante Samuel.
Asante Samuel, this is what you brought him in for. I mean, when he's playing off, he anticipates this pass so well. He breaks before the receiver even breaks. Watch him plant. This is film study right here. He's going to plant and go get it with no hesitation. Then he knows exactly what to do with it when he gets it.
22 picks since 09, most in the NFL. Falcons drive finishes with a Michael Turner touchdown. Since 08, Falcons 40-10 when they score on their first possession.
Man, that's a great record in that dome right there, buddy.
Next Atlanta possession, Ryan Harry Douglas on the double move.
Coach is biting on that plate.
And taking out a staffer as well. A little 2-for-1 deal on that one. 3 plays later. Ryan to Tony Gonzalez, who's 36 years old.
Way to get up, Tony. That was a great touchdown.
Don't say his age until he show you reason to call out his age, Chris.
Well, but he is.
But he looks like he's about 22.
Well, when you caught 103 career touchdowns, you're not going to be 22.
He's the president of the 88 Club.
He is, man.
Wow. Next Giants possession, Manning for Team Knicks to get his team back in it.
Look at that 88 right there, too. Everywhere.
Manning just 13-25 on this day. Second quarter, it's still 14-zip. Manning looking for Knicks again, but it's Thomas DeCue, his 5th INT of the year. That one ain't.
That's a great play.
Sprawling play. Nice one. Set up a Bryant field goal and a 17-zip lead. Next New York possession, 4th and 1 from the Atlanta 32. They don't kick the field goal. Remember, there's no Ahmad Bradshaw, so it's the rookie David Wilson.
I don't care who got that ball. He wasn't getting the first down.
Tom Coughlin?
Tom Coughlin. He's true emotion.
Oh, he's not happy. Next Giants possession, 4th and 1 from the Atlanta. How about kicking a field goal? You're still in the game. No, incomplete for Victor Cruz. Caught just 3 passes for 15 yards. So New York down 17-zip at the break. Third quarter, opening possession. Ryan to Julio Jones, Michael.
And Julio Jones goes up top. We saw him earlier take a hitch and go the distance, catch a ball in his zone. This is just what he does best, pure speed.
And Harry Douglas, your Sasa.
Don't do another man's dance.
All right, New York trying to get in it. 4th and 2. They're going for it, and Eli has it batted down by Jonathan Babineau. Manning threw for 161 yards, 2 INTs. Fourth quarter, Falcons up 27-zip. Ryan just piling on at this point. He threw for 270 and 3 scores. There's Jones again, tied for the worst loss by a defending Super Bowl champ. 81 Raiders also lost by 34 points. Atlanta improves to 12-2 with the W.
The Falcons coming in, they're looking to clinch home field advantage. They would end up doing that, and Calvin Johnson came into this game 182 receiving yards shy of breaking Jerry Rice's all-time single-season receiving record. In the first quarter, 3rd and 2, Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson. 49 yards, guys, right off the bat. We had a feeling this was going to be a big night.
Yeah, it was a great catch, but it was also a great route. They gave him like a little rub route, a little pick for him to open it up for him.
But the Lions, being the Lions here, Mikel LaShore, he fumbles. Hooray, Jerry recovers for the Falcons. So Calvin Johnson disappointed after that play, doesn't want a turnover, but don't worry, Calvin, we'll be seeing a lot of you tonight. 3rd and 1, Falcons, Matt Ryan way deep to Roddy White. How about that bomb?
Unbelievable throw by Matt Ryan. And look, they took a shot here. It's 3rd and 1. They weren't going for the first down. They went for the home run. Great throw by Matt Ryan and a great catch by Roddy.
All right, Falcons up 7-0. Next Lions possession. Calvin Johnson with another grab, 18 yards. That leads to a Jason Hanson field goal. So the Lions trail 7-3. At that point, Johnson was 112 yards shy of Rice's record. Here's the second quarter. Ryan to Roddy White, 39 yards for the touchdown.
That's your play, Sean.
That's my play. That right there is great play calling by Dirk Cutter. Does a great job. It's basically a fake toss. We call it a fake toss right, go screen left, and great blocking by the offensive lineman downfield.
Well, it worked. Here's Matthew Stafford. Guess who he's looking for? Calvin Johnson, but...
Wow, not good. This is one he would like to have back right here.
Yep, Robert McClain recovers for the Falcons and returns it down to the 40. Johnson is bumming a bit on that one, but he'd be all right. There's Matt Ryan to Julio Jones in the back of the end zone, 16 yards. A little uncertainty, ref. What do you call? It's a touchdown. We're going to call that a touchdown. Let's take another look. Jones does a great job of getting both feet in bounds.
Nice toe tap. I mean, that was a matter of inches.
That's unbelievable right there. And that right there is why they need home field advantage, because you don't make that catch and you don't drag those feet if you're playing at Lambeau.
Falcons were up 21-3, 42 seconds left. Calvin Johnson with the reception, 22 yards. He now has his 8th consecutive 100-yard receiving game. He passes our own Michael Irvin, and he's 65 yards shy of that record. Let's go to the third quarter. The Lions' first drive of the half. Calvin Johnson add 14 yards to the tally. He's now 51 yards shy of Jerry Rice's record. And that led, more importantly, to a Mikel LaShore touchdown run. So the Lions trail 21-13. Same score, Stafford to Calvin Johnson. Again, 26 yards. This is where everybody's starting to get excited. It's a first down, and Johnson is just 25 yards shy of the record at this point. This is when we knew it was probably going to be a reality.
We thought it was on this play right here.
2nd and 7.
There it is.
That was only 21 yards, so he's 4 yards away from the record.
Keep feeding the guy.
Give credit to Stafford.
21-16 at the end of the third. Here's the fourth quarter. It's time for more Falcons offense. 15 yards for the first down to Roddy White, up to the 43-yard line. 1st and goal. Ryan to Michael Palmer for the 1-yard touchdown. The Falcons.
Yeah, 2 guys open on that play, Sean.
The fullback was wide open coming on the flat. He was looking for that guy, that backside drag tight end. I caught a pass like that one day, Willie.
Sure you did, buddy.
It's 28-16 Falcons. 1st and 10. There's Calvin Johnson. It was supposed to be Calvin Johnson. It's intercepted.
Stafford almost ruined the record night.
Yeah, so the record would have to wait for a bit there for Johnson. Next Lions possession, Stafford to Calvin Johnson for 26 yards.
That's history, folks. That's history.
He broke Jerry Rice, the Hall of Famer's record. He has 1,871 receiving yards at this point. 204 yards on the night. The Falcons win 31-18. What a night for Calvin Johnson. And even though the Lions get the loss, what has been a dismal season, a big night for the city of Detroit. They have some reason to celebrate. 225 yards.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Mike Smith choosing to play many of his starters today despite having home field advantage locked up. How would it play out first quarter? Bucs first possession, no score. Doug Martin, he goes left for 3 yards. It's a 3-yard gain, but Dante Robinson is hurt on the play. Take another look. They collide in the helmet-to-helmet hit. Robinson and Martin. Robinson would leave the game with the head injury. Ensuing Falcons possession, 1st and 10 from the Bucs 16. Matt Ryan looking for Harry Douglas. And that's just a little incomplete. Watch again. It's a late and awkward hit from Lavonte David right here. Could have been much worse for Matt Ryan, though Atlanta would score a 28-yard field goal. Second quarter, Bucs ball, game tied at 3, 3rd and 7 on the Falcons 8. Josh Freeman makes a defender miss. State keeps the play alive from Mike Williams back in the end zone. Toe taps for the touchdown. A franchise record 78th career touchdown for Freeman, passing Vinny Testaverde. Tampa Bay leads 10-3. Ensuing Falcons possession, 4th and 8. They're punting. Matt Bosch's punt blocked by Dakota Watson goes out of bounds. Drive would lead to a 22-yard field goal from Connor Barth. Tampa Bay is on top in this one, 10-3. 5 seconds left in the half. Falcons have the ball going for it on 4th and 3. Matt Ryan gets sacked by Lavonte David. Falcons go into the half, down 13-3, not sharp. Third quarter, Bucs second possession. Josh Freeman looking for Taquan Underwood. Instead, it's Asante Samuel with the pick. Atlanta takes over in the Bucs 21. It's Samuel's 5th pick of the season. 2 plays later, 2nd and 6 in the Tampa Bay 17. Michael Turner, here he goes, 17 yards and into the end zone, carrying defenders with him. He only had 18 yards rushing on the day, 17 on that one, but the big touchdown. Falcons down 16-10. Bucs get the ball back. It's Doug Martin time. Martin breaks a couple of tackles, spins away, and runs 40 yards for the touchdown. Incredible run, staying on balance. Poor job of tackling by the Falcons. Martin had 28 carries for a $142 and a touchdown. 2-point conversion, though, for the Bucs will fail. Fourth quarter, Tampa Bay still on top, 22-10. Josh Freeman looking for Vincent Jackson. Incomplete. Falcons defensive end John Abraham goes down on the play. Not only are the Falcons losing, but a costly game. Watch it again. Abraham's ankle caught under him. He would leave the game with an ankle injury. Thank goodness for Atlanta, they got a week off before they have to play again. Mike Smith thinking about that decision. Well, maybe I shouldn't have played all my guys for this long. Falcons have the ball, 4th and goal, the Bucs 7. They go for it. It's Ryan to Harry Douglas who is in the end zone. 32nd touchdown pass of the season breaks the Falcons record for TDs in 1 year. Atlanta now down 22-17. Falcons have the ball, can pull this one out. 4th and 10 from their own 33. With 2 minutes to go, the Falcons go for it. Ryan looking for Tony Gonzalez. Incomplete. Broken up by Mark Barron. Huge play by the rookie out of Alabama. Ryan and the Falcons fall short, 22-17.
Off divisional Sunday after a divisional Saturday left our jaws on the ground. That is Russell Wilson with one more career playoff victory coming into the game than that guy, Matt Ryan. First quarter, Ryan double faking, 3rd and 3 to Roddy White. Touchdown, no. Richard Sherman knocks it away.
Nice play by Richard Sherman. That ball was thrown late. It would have been his birthday had it been thrown on time, but great play by the young corner.
Richard Sherman gets the Falcons to settle for a field goal, but the Falcons defense came hard at Russell Wilson early on, got the ball back to the Falcons offense, who turned it over. Matt Ryan is picked off by Bobby Wagner, who steps in front of Tony Gonzalez, who is looking for his first career playoff victory in this game.
These are the plays that would rattle Matt Ryan, and you wouldn't see him recover. But as you watch this highlight, you're going to see Matt Ryan recover from this interception.
First turnover of the game belongs to the Seattle defense. What would Seattle's offense do with it? Marshawn Lynch, who's having trouble holding on to the ball in these playoffs, puts the ball on the ground. Sean Weatherspoon knocks it loose. Justin Babineau recovers.
D-block. That's one thing about Atlanta Falcons. Those young linebackers will get to the ball.
Pete Carroll gives his beast mode an attaboy. What would Ryan do with that mistake? He'd move the ball down the field. A huge 3rd and 14 conversion from Ryan to White. Put it in the only spot where White could get it. He corrals it. Next play, Ryan to the other tight end. It looked like Tony Gonzalez, but that was Chase Kaufman who a nice toe tap there,
You're talking about finding the football, locating the football, and look at that toe tap. What a grab. Yeah, maintaining the ball all the way to the ground.
So that looked like Tony Gonzalez. Here, however, is the real McCoy. Play fake. Ryan rolling to his left. There's Tony Gonzalez with a toe tap that we're used to seeing. Touchdown. Falcons up by 2 scores.
And that's how you build a team. Coach Rich, you got a guy like Tony Gonzalez teaching the young guys just how to play football. Doesn't that look like they look like twins right there doing that? That's how you build a team.
Gonzalez's first playoff touchdown catch since 2006.
Buddy.
Marshawn Lynch couldn't get more points on the board. Neither could that offense as the Falcons get the ball back right before the end of the first quarter. And that looked like beast mode. But it was actually Jacquizz Rodgers trucking Earl Thomas.
Looked like a young Michael Turner.
When you say run over a man, this is run over a man. That's just right there. That's setting the tone. You set the tone for your team on what kind of game this is going to be.
Even knocked his own equipment loose underneath the jersey.
Leading with the helmet.
45-yard gain there. Same drive in the second quarter. Ryan throwing deep to Julio Jones, but there's Richard Sherman again to knock
that's
it away.
That's a wonderful play by Sherman right there to run with Julio and then make that play at the last second. What a beautiful job.
13-0 as the Falcons settle for a field goal, and the Seahawks need to get on the board here on 3rd and short. It's Robert Turbin who's stuffed as Lynch is not on the field there. Pete Carroll was trying to call a timeout, maybe to get Lynch back on the field. Lynch does come back on the field in 4th one, but they give it to the up man who is hit by William Moore, who came in free, and Michael Robinson and the Seahawks don't get the first down and get no points out of the trip to the red zone. Michael Turner, this was the Michael Turner we've been waiting to see all year long.
About the beast, but here is the burner. Michael Turner showed up. Listen, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about they need a run game. Michael Turner provided him a spark today.
33-yard gain, and then 2 plays later, Ryan to Roddy White, who beats Richard Sherman here and lets him know about it directly.
Nice change of direction. You watch this change right there. That means he threw him to a spot to come open, because if they had kept on that same line, Sherman would have had a chance to make a play.
Had a personal battle all game long. It was a building that lived up to the expectation.
Sherman golf clapped him. But I'll tell you what, it's a boat race here, people. 20-0. Seattle getting the ball first in the second half, so they could get a score before the end of the first half. They get the ball back in the beginning of the second half. They might have something going. It's John Abraham, who was questionable coming in, was knocked out of the game, and with no timeouts left on 3rd and goal, Russell Wilson is sacked. And as you can see, time's ticking down. You can't spike the ball.
Horrendous clock, man.
You can't get the field goal unit out there. So you got to maybe try to get it in the end zone, and the snap comes too late. Seattle with 2 trips to the red zone in the first half, no points to show for it. And that would come back to haunt them. Teams leading by 20 or more points are 56-1 in the NFL playoff history. The only one that lost was the Houston Oilers. We saw the Frank Reich 30-year celebration of that just recently. So now here is the first possession of the second half.
And he came out tossing that football. Russell
Wilson.
Can't
stand this defensive call. You have the safety going over top and going down low with the corner, and the corner going over top, replacing safety. Do what you do.
That was a touchdown, a Golden Tate, 20-7, but the natural comes right back with a nice drive down the field. That is Julio Jones' 21-yard drive. 3 plays later, 21-yard gain. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9. Ryan to Jason Snelling.
What a play by
Got a Jason Snelling block to Tony Gonzalez right there.
That was a snatch between heaven and earth. It's mine, Tony Gonzalez.
2 plays later, it's a shovel pass to Jason Snelling, and that is a touchdown. What a response there.
Well-designed play. Right now, the momentum, right before this drive, the momentum went to Seattle, and Matt Ryan and his offense for the Atlanta Falcons took it right back.
4th quarter we go. It's still a 20-point deficit for Seattle, but they marched down the field to go 2nd and goal. Russell Wilson play fakes to Marshawn Lynch. Everybody bites on that, and it's first name.
Russell.
2nd. Wilson. Touchdown. 27-14. It is now a 13-point game. Next Falcons drive. 2nd and 11. Ryan to White up top. Earl Thomas picks it off sort of the same way that he picked off RG3 last week.
You know, you look at Marcus Trufant, did a great job. Walling Roddy White. making him run up his back, and Earl Thomas picked it off.
That's a turnover the Seahawks needed, and Russell Wilson finds Sidney Rice to 24 yards plus side of the field 2 plays later.
You see the velocity on that throw.
From the Falcons 33, Russell Wilson pressured, flips it out to Robert Turbin, who makes some plays, breaks a tackle, 30-yard gain down to the 3. Next play, 1st and goal from the 3. It's the quarterback, first name, Russell. Last name, Wilson. Flips it to a wide-open Zach Miller in the end zone, and holy smokes, it's a 6-point game. Must point out it is the 6 points they left on the field in the first half right there. Nonetheless, it is a ball game with 9 minutes to go. What can the match-will do here? He goes 3 and out for the first time all day. Seattle gets the ball back, down 6 with 8 minutes to go. What would they do with this golden opportunity? Wilson gets it to midfield, play faking, throws deep to Sidney Rice.
Great play by Thomas Dakley right here. Man, you want to talk about clutch prime? That is a huge play.
2 plays later from the same spot, 3rd and 10. Wilson looks for Rice, finds him open. Sidney Rice drops it, but it didn't matter anyway because there was a chop block called back in the pocket.
That's a good call.
And the Seahawks have to punt, and they punt it in the end zone. The Falcons get the ball back from their own 20 moving forward. Roddy White can't grab it on 3rd and 8. The Seahawks defense stands strong again, giving the ball back to their rookie quarterback for one last shot. 2-minute warning hits. After the 2-minute warning, they're right back at midfield. Russell Wilson, with time, steps up. That's Golden Tate, everybody. 19-yard gain down to the 32. Time is ticking down. Seattle with all 3 timeouts remaining. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 from the 27. Wilson pressured by Sean Witherspoon.
Look at right there.
Gets away.
Get him.
Dumps it off to Marshawn Lynch, who's going upfield. He's going downfield. He leaps for the end zone, but he's pushed out of bounds to the 3. It is 34 seconds to go. Russell Wilson with all timeouts to go on 1st and goal. Hands it off to Marshawn Lynch. Gets in the end zone. Ball in the air. Offensive lineman picks it up and in. If there was ruled a fumble, it would have to come out to the spot of the fumble because whoever recovers a fumble must be the fumbler in the last 2 minutes of a game. However, it's ruled a touchdown. I gave you all that just to set the stage for it being a 1-point lead for Seattle. Can Atlanta really blow this at home? Well, this is a big play from the match rule to Harry Douglas. With 18 seconds to go and 2 timeouts left there at midfield. Matt Bryant warming up the leg. He'd warm up on the field later, too. 19 seconds to go, right from midfield. The match rule to Tony Gonzalez. Well within Matt Bryant's range. 13 seconds to go. They call timeout.
Sitting that 88 guy right there makes that play.
And they bring Bryant out for the win. 49 yards away. There's a timeout called. Bryant swings his leg anyway, and it's wide right. Pete Carroll saying, what was that all about?
Why would he say what was that? And he is the one who called a timeout.
The second time, would it be the charm? Bryant got it. 8 seconds to go. Atlanta gets the lead 30-28. Don't take your pack off yet, Pete. There's still a kickoff to go. Of course, you're going to kick it deep. Why not kick it out of the end zone and get a touchback? They squib it, but right to the special teams of the Seattle Seahawks. With 2 timeouts left, maybe Ryan Longwell, who didn't kick for anybody this season, was brought in just this week because Stephen Hauschka was on IR. Maybe he could kick the game winner, but for some reason, Russell Wilson dumps it off once and is forced to go to the end zone on a Hail Mary. And who brings it down?
Julio Jones.
And that finally wraps this exciting, exhilarating, too close for comfort for Atlanta.
Unbelievable.
Divisional playoff win for Mike Smith, his first. Tony Gonzalez, his first. Tears in his eyes as they advance to the NFC Championship game at home next week against the San Francisco 49ers as the Seahawks' fabulous 2012 season, the rookie campaign of Russell Wilson, a dream come true for Seahawks fans, comes up just short, even though they had the lead for 15 fleeting seconds in the Georgia Dome in the 4th quarter today.
Niners traveling across country. Michael Crabtree, legal issues during the middle of the week. Starting in this game, though, Kaepernick on the biggest stage he's going to see. Matt Ryan playing in the biggest game of his life. Biggest Falcons home game in franchise history. Matt Ryan looked great in the first half. Hits Roddy White there for 16 yards. First half, this was the first drive of the game, guys, and we were surprised as to how effective they were against the Niners offense.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen the 49er defense look a little shell-shocked. I mean, they didn't have any answers for Julio Jones.
DB. What happened on Julio Jones
I'm confused as to what coverage they were running because the safety's sitting short. The corner comes off. It's like, okay, you got him. No, I don't have him. And then when the ball goes over your head, it's like, all right, who did have him? Who was supposed to? But it looked like a busted coverage to me, or the safety was being a little bit too aggressive.
Wouldn't be the first time Julio Jones left him looking for answers. 46 yards on that touchdown at 7-0. Colin Kaepernick gets the football back, comes downfield, and Thomas Deku.
This was just like last week's game. They came out and played great football on both sides of the football in the first 30 minutes.
Okay, so Falcons defense sets them up with good field position, and then Julio Jones again just taking it away from Niners, looking like he was a pro playing against college kids.
Yeah, he took over this game. I mean, great throw, but an unbelievable catch. And listen, the 49ers secondary, they're one of the best secondaries in the entire league. So to see them get dismantled by this guy is impressive.
It was 10-0 after a field goal on that drive. Julio Jones had over 100 yards in the first quarter, and then the crowd gets into it, and the Falcons pass rush will drop him. Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator of the Falcons, the former head coach of the 49ers, liking what he was seeing there. So Jim Harbaugh, Frank Gore talking it over here. Second quarter, Falcons with it after they changed sides.
Can I just get in on this? Do you see the protection?
I was just going to throw you that throw.
This is an unbelievable throw. Tom, I don't want to overshadow this catch either because it's unbelievable, but man, all day long.
Tommy, tell me about the control here.
It's just unbelievable, the fact that he's so big and so strong and so poised and so athletic that he could not only go up and catch that football, but tap his toes. Actually, got the ground 3 times.
Yeah, third one down. So 17-0, and you're figuring the Falcons are going to the Super Bowl for only the second time in their history. A lot of football still to be played, though. And how about a key answering drive that they had to have here?
This was huge, and this goes back to Harbaugh and his coaching decisions. The fact that they did not panic. A lot of teams down by this many points want to just put the ball in the air. They had a heavy dose of Frank Gore. They try to control the clock, settle down that defense, let that defense rest, but also settle down that offense and say, we're going to do what we do best, and that's run the football.
And the read option puts LaMichael James into the end zone for a 15-yard touchdown, so it was a 10-point game. Niners defense comes back out, forces a punt. Dante Whitner threatening Jacquizz Rodgers right there for the incomplete pass. So the ensuing Niner drive, Kaepernick, Vernon Davis.
Hitting that ball in tight windows. I tell you, this kid's arm strength is unbelievable.
It's what we saw last week from Russell Wilson as well. Functioning inside the pocket. Here he breaks contain and actually makes plays with his legs.
That was the only run of the day.
That longest one, sure.
Yeah. He functions so well inside that pocket today.
And then Niners fans have been wondering, where has Vernon Davis been? Vernon Davis was here today.
He was huge. Made some big plays. And you know what? Colin Kaepernick, you mentioned it. I think there had to have been some pressure on him to say, you know what, I've got to do what I did last week, and everybody's expecting me to run for all these yards. He didn't put that pressure on himself. He didn't force anything. He made the plays that were there for him to make. He got the ball into the playmaker's hands.
Those plays, obviously good scouting right there because the Falcons defense not prepared for Vernon Davis.
Great play calling and a great job by Jim Harbaugh and his offensive staff getting his guys ready to play and not panicking when they got behind early.
And I'm sure in that meeting room that Coach Harbaugh has sat down with Kaepernick and explained these situations to him and said, okay, this game might kind of work out this way. You know, it's not a time to panic. You know, just play your game. Just certain things, nuances of the game from him having played that position that you really can't get from any other type of coach.
Well, we're watching the Falcons answer here right here because they come back down, and you figured it was a 3-point game. Here comes the Falcons crumble. Not so much. Matt Ryan, the Tony Gonzalez, the touchdown extends the lead again to 10 points going into the half.
Later.
It would happen because look at the score now, 24 points for the Falcons, and we start the second half. The Niners open up with the football, and what would they do? Bang, 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 down the field.
Look at it, straight from the pocket, throwing the intermediate routes, tight ends involved. Randy Moss played a large role.
And then they cap it off with the run, as they did with LaMichael James before Frank Gore.
It changes the momentum and gives them hope going forward, and also it sets a little doubt in the minds of that Falcons team.
Then we had the Niners defense come back and make we saw Matt Ryan throw an interception at a key time last week against Seattle. It didn't ultimately cost them. This one, though, averts a scoring drive and keeps the Falcons blanked so far in the second half. Kaepernick comes back right around midfield. Finds Vernon. You know what? Speed ball when he needs it, and then the touch when he needs it.
Because he saw the matchup in having Vernon Davis matched up with a linebacker that cannot cover. Great read by Kaepernick going to the right receiver on that play.
Even still, they come in, and then you see that Asante Samuel, former Philadelphia Eagle, a little chatter with David Akers, former Philadelphia Eagle.
A lot of green there.
And he stoinks it off the left upright.
We've seen this a lot this year. I thought it was questionable that Jim decided to stick with him going into the postseason.
Took a look at Billy Cundiff, the former Ravens kicker, but they stick with Akers here, and they're going to go to the Super Bowl with Akers. That's something we'll be talking about for the next 2 weeks. Michael Turner getting a little medical attention on the sideline. Falcons get the football back, though, still with the lead. They're up by 3, and then Jason Snelling converts on a 2nd and short for a first down.
I don't think this hurts them dramatically, not having Michael Turner with Jaquez Rogers and with Snelling in there, 2 very capable backs.
That hurts, though.
That does.
A silly turnover.
Yeah. And it always comes down to a couple mistakes that usually determine the outcome of the game. This drive right here, the one before the interception, I tell you, taking points off of the board, not allowing your offense to stay on the field, getting the ball back to this guy.
So it's very unnatural of him.
I knew you were going to work that in there. Okay, 3rd and 7, incomplete pass. Guys, what do we think of the personal foul?
Hogwash.
Now,
it's part of the rules.
It is part of the rules, especially when you get part of the face mask as well. You got the helmet, which is all you need for the penalty.
It wasn't a bad that was a glance.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly going to hurt Kaepernick, but it was a 15-yard penalty.
Bro, you don't want to affect the outcome of the game. Let them play.
Same drive, we flip the field to start the 4th quarter. The Niners down by 3. Michael Crabtree with a catch to put him into the red zone. On 2nd and goal, Colin Kaepernick looking left side, Crabtree.
Get out.
Wow, we thought this might have been the play of the game here. DB comes in and strips it.
You know, at this point, as a receiver, you want to just get down, but it's great for the defenders to attack the football. Great play by Dante Robinson. Yanking that ball out. I tell you what.
Great presence.
Defending every blade of grass.
All right, so Dante Robinson strips it. Crabtree has to even if it was fake grass.
This drive was huge right here, Scott.
Okay. So, the Falcons need breathing room at first, but on 3rd and 6, they get enough to get the punt away, but they don't get a first down. Sets up good field position for the Niners. They come back down the field. 3rd and short, they hand up. They went with that jumbo formation a couple of times and pounded it on 3rd and short. Then they go back out to Crabtree. He's inside of the 10-yard line here. 1st and goal, San Francisco.
I just like the way they...
It just reeks of efficiency, doesn't it?
How they massage the defense, if you know what I mean. They spread you out the middle. They spread you out. They hit you straight up the middle. They spread you out. They do so many ways to attack you, and that's really makes your defense.
Okay, Matt Ryan takes a shot. Had Julio Jones between 2 defenders there. Ball hung up a little bit, though, and was it Goldson made it, or actually Brown makes the play.
Julio usually makes goes up and catches that ball at the highest
around it.
That's a better play by Terrell Brown getting that ball out.
3rd and 4, they come back to Jones to move the sticks. Okay, clock is running. Matt Ryan's had 7 game-winning drives so far this season. And this was one of the plays of the game and maybe the most controversial call of the playoffs. Harry Douglas ruling on the field a catch, and the replay, fellas?
You know what? It looks like the ball moves a bit, but they said his hand did not come off the football, so he's still secure.
Obviously, and
that's a close call.
Who lost the challenge on that one?
Tell.
Yeah, I think we got that right there. The drive continues. The drama builds. We're at the 2-minute warning. They got to get a touchdown to win the game or take the lead. They throw underneath. Jason Snelling fighting for yards. Now it's 3rd down.
And the San Francisco Pro Bowl linebackers come to play when they need them most right here.
Very good point. So, okay, 3rd down. They take a timeout. They come back out. 3rd and 4. Matt Ryan rolls right, throws right, ball batted away. 4th down, and the season could come down to this.
Well, he looks like he's hurting right there from that big hit. You can tell.
Strange decision.
Strange play call there because the route wasn't deep enough to get the first down.
I'm with you, Sean. Obviously, Roddy White, Julio Jones, not bad choices, but maybe in that situation, Tony Gonzalez would be a good choice. But either way, regardless, you have to get beyond the first down marker.
Okay, so we were doing that. Now we're calculating timeouts and yardage and whatnot. And Darren, you called it. You said they'd get the ball with about 20 seconds or less left to play. Indeed, they did. 6 seconds They got to go to the end zone, but if Ryan's elbow or shoulder was hurting, that's as much mustard as apparently he could get on the ball.
And people might not notice that run by Frank Gore, why it was so big, because it took more seconds off the clock. You give him another chance, that could be another Hail Mary opportunity. You don't know what can happen, but those seconds are so precious, especially in a situation when you're trying to seal the deal and close the game out, especially against Matt Ryan.
Okay. 28-24, the final. The Niners go into the Super Bowl for the 6th time in franchise history.